Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
In my lifetime, I have seen the Cold War between the East and the West dissolve.
We welcome change and openness, for we believe that freedom and security go together.
In my lifetime, I've seen the Berlin Wall come down.
There are many people who feel that it is useless and futile for us to continue talking peace and non-violence.
In my lifetime, I have seen apartheid dismantled.
It is absolutely important that you have the knowledge to serve your country and your people.
In my lifetime, I've seen the man of color in the White House.
Out of many, we are one. That while we breathe, we hope. And those who tell us that we can't, we will respond with that timeless creed that sums up the spirit of a people. Yes, we can. Thank you. God bless you. And may God bless the United States of America.
In my lifetime, I've seen grassroots movements topple governments through the use of social media.
I want freedom. Freedom. Only freedom. Freedom.
We can come together to heal segregation and redirect civilization to the celebration of diversity in oneness. We can make it happen. I am Brother Ishmael Tete, and I believe that world peace is possible in our lifetime. It begins with you and I now.
So please look to the person on your right, on your left, and tell the person that you are more than God capable of turning your life around. Thank you. Great. Now I'm sure that some of you might have known me when I was growing up. If you knew me when I was growing up, and if you believe that I'll be standing in front of you today preaching to you, I'm very sure some of you might be surprised I'm even standing here. Because I was a very shy person. I was always in my corner somewhere. It's like when I see people, I just want to go under the ground, like just bury me already. That is how I was. So if I am standing here today and I'm telling you that you are more than God capable of turning your life around, you should know that it's actually a personal testimony. So you should actually believe that you are more than God capable of turning that situation you're not happy about. Is it a confidence that you are not happy about? Were you like me some time back? Right now, I'm sure if I'm to call someone to come and stand on stage, it's going to be a problem right now for some people. But you see, I recognize that I was more than God capable of turning that situation around. And so I took that step, that gradual and consistent step to get out from that shyness. And you can equally do the same because you are more than God capable. Is it that abusive marriage you are in that you are not happy about? Is your husband or your wife beating you? Yes, their wives beat the husbands. It's there. It's there. Is your wife or your husband beating you? Is it that job that you are not happy about? Is it a job you are not happy about? What is it that you are not happy about? What is the best that you want to be? And what is the situation you are currently in that is stopping you from being the best that you want to be? You need to recognize that situation. And like I said, if you are complaining, it means that really you need to do something about that situation. That is not the situation that you are supposed to be in. You are more than God capable, like I said. So yes, every situation you are in, you can change. Now there's this another example I have, which so I always find it weird. I always find it strange. It's something I've been thinking about. I just don't understand how the numbers in the church become very low when our guru is not around. I mean, it's something I just don't understand. You know, Brother Ishmael is part of the church, but he is not the church. You are the church. I am the church. He is the church. And it's like a puzzle. This church is like a puzzle, and you're holding a piece of that puzzle. So when you are not coming to church because Brother Ishmael is around, you are breaking the church. That is really what you are doing. For some people really have genuine reasons for not coming. But then if your reason is because Brother Ishmael is not in the church, then please, you need to turn your life around. You need to change that mindset. You need to change that mindset, because see, whether we accept it or not, death is inevitable. It will happen whether we like it or not. If I had my own way, I'll put Brother Ishmael in a prison or in a state where he never dies. But really, he will go, because all I'll be doing is I'll just be hurting him, because his body would even go off, and the best would be for us to just let him go when he wants to go. But when he goes, you are here because Daddy is here. When he goes, what then happens? When he goes, that situation, you think that only Daddy can solve that situation. What then happens to that situation? Are you trying to tell me that God is not wise enough to have placed that solution in the universe? And what is really, if you look at what Daddy is doing, he's a smart man, you know. He knows so he's coming up with tools, a lot of tools, and putting all the solutions that we are looking for in these tools. But, you know, even me, in these spiritual tools, even me, I'm sometimes guilty, you know. I practice some of them, but I don't practice all. But at least I'm practicing. What are you doing? What are you practicing them? Because really, you need to practice it, and once that he's alive, and that is the essence why he's alive. Once he's alive, we practice the tools and come and tell him, this is how I use this tool, and this is how it worked. It didn't really work the way I wanted it to work, or it worked perfectly. So that his life becomes meaningful, because he will be polishing these tools so that even when he exits this body, and then we are in a situation where we feel like, hey, this situation, dear, only Daddy, we know that there's a tool that this man left behind for us to do. So it is on you to turn your life around, to change that mindset that only Daddy can solve your problem. You have the key. That solution you're looking for, it is in you. I don't know how many of you have gone to see Daddy, but every time you go and see him, he will give you work to do. Because he knows that you are capable. He knows that you are God capable. So he wants you to do your bit of that work so that he can top it up. He's only doing top up. He's not doing that thing for you. He wants you to do it yourself, because he doesn't want to leave that void here on earth. He wants to live a fulfilled life, knowing that people are actually practicing the tools, and the spiritual tools that he has left behind is actually solving people's solutions. And no Ethereum is sitting there somewhere saying that this solution only Daddy. No. Even in other churches, not even just here in Ethereum Mission, other churches do the same thing. You find that people don't come to church when their spiritual leaders are around. You know, you need to turn your life, you need to change that idea that only this person can do it for you. Now, another point that you need to know in turning your life around is that the only person, listen carefully, the only person that can limit you from being the best you can be is yourself. The only person that can limit you from being the best that you can be is your own self. Because like I said, your current situation and all of it is all emanating from where? Your mind. So it's about you recognizing that this situation, dear, no. This situation, dear, I have to do something about it. And you begin to change. You know, don't end up saying that you are a victim of circumstance. Yes, you are a victim, we understand, but it's okay. You've told us, we've heard you. It's okay. You are a victim of circumstance. That is how you grew up. You know, when I was growing up, my mom didn't give me money to go to school, and then you hear all the stories, and then I didn't have a proper education, or my uncle is in abroad, he's not taking care of me. I mean, really, if you hear of stories of successful people, they might have even been in worse situations than any of you here. But what did they do? They realized that they have a choice to turn that situation into a positive outcome, or the choice to turn that situation into a negative outcome. And then they chose the positive side of it. We talk about Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey. We all know Oprah Winfrey. She's a television presenter. She does a lot of philanthropy work, a lot of charity works and all of that. If you hear her story, this woman was actually raped, for those that might not really know, but she was raped. And then she placed herself in a shell, in a prison, that she felt like there's no way out. But at some point, she decided to turn her life around, to turn that situation around. And right now, when you talk about Oprah Winfrey, no one needs to do an introduction. She changed that outcome of the situation. Same with Steve Jobs. He was also an orphan. Some people will say that I don't have a mom, I don't have a dad, and all of that, and so they've just turned themselves into a victim of circumstance. Where you are starting from, you might have started from some village somewhere that no one even knows how to pronounce the name. But where you are starting from, really, it should not define your future. It should not define your outcome. Because you might have started from a very low stage. See the seed. It starts from the ground. But then what does it do? It shoots up. So what is your excuse? You can be at the lowest point in your life, but you have the capability to rise up and be the best that you really want to be. So now in the beginning, I also mentioned about the fact that people tend to blame external factors like the devil. People tend to blame that it's my friend that does this. You see, when you have this kind of consciousness, that everything that is happening to you, it is someone else's fault. Really, what are you doing to yourself? It is never your fault. As for you, dear Madam Perfect, Mr. Perfect, it is never your fault. You never did anything wrong. And then you're always blaming that this. See, when someone even goes to steal, they will tell you that where they are born, some was the devil there with you when you were picking that thing and eating and you were enjoying. But someone will say that, where they are born, they go and rape someone, everything. Madam, for when you was never your fault. But really, when you sit down with yourself, analyze the situation, you will realize that if you had done something in a different way, it would have ended up in a totally different way and not have ended up the way that you are right now. So you see, you have to take responsibility. Another example also is that for you to turn your life around, right, you need to recognize that we are all one. It's a very simple statement. We are all one. But it's a very powerful statement. I say it's a powerful statement because this segregation that we have created, that this person is a Muslim, this person is a Hindu, so I want to embrace this person. What you are doing is, you are in a situation you are not happy about, and you are looking for a solution. Your neighbor is a Muslim, or your neighbor is a Hindu. And then you are saying that because this person is a Hindu, dear, you won't associate yourself with the person. Really, what do you think you are doing? For all you know, that solution to that problem that you've had for over years ago lies between a minute of conversation with that neighbor that you think that is not a Christian. And you would miss it, and you would keep coming back to it so many times, and you will never find a solution, trust me. Because life has placed that particular solution to that problem you are having in that neighbor you think is a Muslim or is a Hindu. So you are totally missing that solution. So you need to recognize that we are all one. You can never make it on your own. You need the next person sitting next to you. You need the next person right by you. You have to embrace everybody because you never know where your solution is coming from. I'm sure that there are so many instances that you need to change. See, the youth, they come to sorry, the youth, I'm going to be on you today. They come to church, and then you find them pressing their phones. They are always on their phones, to the point where they've actually been swapped. Yes, though, you find them still on their phone. I'm sure if you're on your phone, I can see some phones going away. You're still pressing your phone. Yeah, you see, you've prayed. In the morning, you woke up and you prayed. And you said you are coming to church. You've come to church, and then you're on your phone. Or you come to church, and you're talking all throughout. For all you know, It might not be what I am saying, but it is just by looking at something outside, just by even pretending to even pay attention to me, that solution will just pop up in your head. But you're on your phone. How do you expect to get that solution to the prayer you're asking for? And then it will just miss you, and you pray and you say that God doesn't listen to my prayers. But it is your principle, the principle that you have set for yourself, that when I come to church there is for my social media, is my social media time. You see, you need to change this way of thinking. You need to change this behavior that you are doing that is not helping you evolve. There are so many situations. Are you drinking too much? Are you drinking too much? Are you stealing? Are you lying? Are you cheating? Look for that situation in your life that is stopping you from fully expressing. And then recognize that, yes, recognize that it's a weakness. You know, we all have weaknesses. No one is perfect. But if you decide that this weakness, you don't want to even embrace this weakness, and then you are shying away, when someone points out your weakness to you, world war, it's another world war, because you feel like you are perfect. We all have weaknesses. So in the moments where someone is telling you that this is your weakness, you need to even be grateful to life for this person telling you that this is your weakness. Because the person has made it very easy for you to recognize that weakness. And all you have to do is look for steps to turn that weakness into a strength. So I'm telling you today that just scan through your life. Is it a job? Is like and someone will say, oh, I have changed. I have tried changing so many times, and it's not working. What that means is that life is telling you that the approach that you are using, it is not the best approach. So if you are using the same way of doing it, and it is not turning out the way you want it, just change it. It's as simple as that. Say that, oh, today every time I give this person 1 cedi, every time you do this and it's not working, or the person doesn't even appreciate, change. Just don't be stuck to, this is how people say I should do it, so this is how I am going to do it. So if things don't seem to work in your life, it's because the current approach that you are using to solve that situation, it's not the best approach. So it is for you to recognize that and then change that approach you are using. Try a different approach. Like I said, you'll never be able to know the outcome unless you've tried it. And what if you fail? I mean, yes, we all fail. But the fact that you have failed does not and should not define your end, or should not determine your end. You have failed. Yes, maybe you did that business that didn't come up with what you were expecting. Or you wrote that exam that you failed. And so what? People have failed so many times. See the light bulb. Before you are seeing this light bulb, they had to try over 100 approaches just to get it. So imagine that he tried the first time and then he stopped. You wouldn't be seeing this light bulb. So it's okay to fail. But when you fail, realize that the approach that you used, maybe in studying, maybe you were studying 1 hour. That approach, it wasn't the best. So now what would you do? You study 2 hours, 3 hours, increase the number, and let's see how it turns out. So it's very necessary that we recognize that there are certain situations that you're not happy. Unless, of course, maybe you're all happy with your current situations, then we praise be to God. But if you're not happy with your situation, like I am, like with some of my situations, then it's a call for both on you and I to recognize these and begin to make that change that we want to make. So now, like I was saying, I keep saying that change it, change your lives is our subai. But how do we go about doing this change? How do we go about achieving this change that we want? So I'll leave you with 2 tools, 2 spiritual tools. The first one is positive expectation. And interestingly enough, that was the meditation that was done this morning. So you see, if you don't come to church early, you need to change because you have missed a practical tool. You have missed a practical tool that could have helped you change your life. That situation you were complaining about, you have missed that practical tool. But no worries, we've recorded it just for you. So you can just see the audiovisual guides and get it. But let me take you through the steps. The first step is recognize the highest good that you want to achieve. So what is the highest good that you want to achieve? Socially, what is the highest good that you want to achieve? Spiritually, physically, all across all your areas, what is the highest good that you want to achieve? You want to be the billionaire, you want to be the president. What is the highest good you want to achieve? And clearly state it out. Don't be ambiguous in writing out your highest best. And by ambiguous, I mean, an example, if you want wealth, clearly state, I want wealth. That is a clear statement. No, I don't want to be poor and a long thing. Just clearly state, I want health. And the second step is, what can I do? Or what actions can I take? What perceptions in my life or what ideas have I had that have become it has become a principle in my life that is stopping me from achieving this wealth? What are the perceptions? What am I thinking? Am I thinking that, oh, what I have there is okay. I can feed my family, so you dear, I'm grateful, it's okay. But you can rise above that comfort zone. You need to rise above that comfort zone. Comfort zones are very boring, but people are just scared to initiate that change because they are scared of, hey, what will this person say if I do it this way? What will this person say if I do it this way? But whether you do it this way or you do it that way, people will still talk. So why not just do it and just free yourself anyway? If what you are going to do is going to help you become the best, do it. People will talk regardless. So just feel free and do it. And then the third step on positive expectation is for you to state the benefits of that wealth that you have acquired. So now that you have wealth, what are you using this wealth for? Now that you have wealth, what are you using it to just chase all the girls in the world, or you are using it to buy all the fancy cars and the fancy houses? What are you using that wealth for? It has to be used for something which will promote life. If your statement, I want wealth, is a statement that is a selfish one, you want to use it to just get all the girls, trust me, life won't even mind you. It's like, you're wasting your time. Don't even say it, because you're wasting your time, really. You're wasting your time. But if your statement is, I want to have wealth so that I can invest in this good that I believe in. Maybe I can help to build a hospital complex, or I can take care of that child somewhere that is struggling. Then life is so beautiful that it will find you and present you with situations that will just help you achieve that best that you want, achieve that wealth that you want to be. So positive expectation, 3 steps. State the highest good you want to be. Identify what you have to do. What are the perceptions or ideas you need to change? And the third step is, once all these perceptions are changed and you have achieved this wealth, how is your life like? We get it? Great. So now the second spiritual tool is possibility living. I told you, Daddy has given us all the solutions in these spiritual tools. If you don't only practice them, then my talking won't actually go to waste, because I know that your life will be turned around because you are practicing what I'm saying. Possibility living. The first step is, what if you make a statement, what if you are poor? Possibility, I talked about the mind. I talked about how powerful the mind is. So possibility living is actually a very good tool that works on the mind. Ethereum Mission has done a lot of years of research and have identified that when you say not, the word not shrinks the idea that you're having that is not the best that you can be. It limits the effects of that negativity that you are thinking of. So the first step is for you to say, what if you are poor? Assuming you are poor, an example. The next step is, what if you are not poor? So saying that you are not poor, the mind, because you see, the first step, which is saying you are poor, we are using a statement which you are so used to. What if I am not beautiful? That is a statement that has become that principle running your life. So you identify that statement. What if I am not beautiful? What if I am ugly? That's the first one. And then the next one, which is still going, we are still using the poor example. What if I am not poor? And then the mind, we are still working with the mind. It is shrinking that idea of being poor and making you embrace riches. So the third step will be, what if I am rich? What if I am rich? If you are not poor, what are you? You are rich. Yes. So it's 3 steps. So the what if statement, and the next one is what if you are not? The statement, what if you are not? And the last is, what if you are the result of that which you are not? So what if you are rich? So you see, turning your life around, change is very necessary, because it's by only then that can we progress. Progress is only made when the change is initiated. So you have to initiate that change that you want to see. What do you want to achieve really? It's for you to really sit down with yourself, and I can't tell you yours, neither can you tell me mine, but you know deep down what you want. So when you practice all these tools that I've given you and begin to work on the perceptions and begin to work on your mind, what you'll be doing is you'll be placing yourself in a situation or be placing yourself in a position that will make you more calmer in your approach towards life, because you recognize that you are more than God capable of changing that situation. It would also make you very self-determined, and then you'd even your relationships with people are even enhanced, because all you think about is anytime someone comes to complain to you, you know that as for you are always thinking about solutions. So you are always finding how best you can help the person. So it enhances your relationship. So that is the reason that those are some of the benefits that you derive from turning your life around. So now to conclude, I'll say that, change is very necessary, like I said, but you need to take that first step. Recognize that which you're not happy about. If you are complaining, you are not happy about it. So it is for you to come out from that situation and make it and turn it into one that you would actually be comfortable about. So I do hope that the practices that I've given you, you will try them, if not anything. You will at least try it and see what happens, and see your life being turned into that which you most desire. Thank you, and God bless you.
The mission is passionate about creating a world family of God that embraces all of mankind, irrespective of race, creed, or culture, and periodically it celebrates the All Faiths Day with people from all religions.